I think that there's been general excitement about literacy this year at Fremont, and I think Lexia is part of it. We use Lexia at Fremont as adaptive software. What that basically means is that it's in addition to the Tier 1 instruction that the teachers do in the classroom. Teachers are using the data that they get from Lexia to inform their instruction in several different ways. Instead of just looking at overall class progress and what students are doing to meet their minutes, they've kind of started to dive into it and look at students at an individual level and the skills at an individual level and see if the student is picking that up. If the student has low accuracy and is spending a lot of time on a skill, that's not good, and that means that that's a skill that needs to be addressed. And then it kind of goes from there. You know, the teachers can pull students back when students get red apples in the program. That means that they need instruction.
They're like little lessons. I pull them up beforehand. I say, oh, this student needs remediation in this lesson. And so I pull it up and I'm able to do a small group with him, one-on-one.
I love that I have the opportunity when I see somebody struggling, I can just go sit, work one-on-one usually with them.
I think one of the big reasons why people are hesitant about having technology in the classroom is because they do think that it could become a babysitter if it's not used purposefully. It all comes down to expectations and setting the expectations and knowing the teachers know how they're supposed to use it and the students know how they're supposed to use it. One thing that I have worked on the kindergarten teachers with is that they'll look at, did the student really master this skill? Are they automatic with this skill? Or did it take them, 50 tries and 2 hours to get it done? Because if they did and they finally got it done, sure, that's an accomplishment, but could they probably use additional work with that skill? Yes, they could. The data that they're getting from Lexia isn't being used in an evaluative way.
What's that word?
Picnic.
How many times did your jaw drop?
I think that that's really important. None of it is being used to grade students or to rank them. It's solely to inform instruction. Every student is different and every classroom is different. And a lot of times it's just about making sure that students can make sure that that gap that they have if they're below proficiency in benchmark is not getting bigger. And we want to keep that gap either the same size or close it. Close it.
The resources I've found most helpful are being able to pull exactly the lesson that the student is struggling on or exactly the lesson that the student just passed and needs some skill builders for.
They get excited when they complete levels. I completed level 18. You can hear kids saying that in the hallway or to teachers as they pass by, or even when I pass by, kids will say that to me.
The progress that my students have been making when using the software is amazing. My students get really excited when they're able to master a concept. They even cheer for each other.
Automaticity, that's the goal of using a program like this or any kind of teaching strategies to build that automaticity. That way the students can kind of free up space cognitively, which helps with comprehension and overall fluency when they're reading.
Because of Lexia, I'm seeing their Acadience reading scores grow. I'm seeing their fluency is getting stronger. They're understanding the text better because they're able to decode the words.
I think next year we're going to have Lexia again. It's going to be even better. The teachers will be familiar with how to look at the data like that right out of the gate. They don't need that familiarizing themselves with it. And the students will also know how to use it too. There's just all this confluence of things that kind of came together to build excitement about literacy at Fremont. And it's just kind of taking off. And Lexia is a big part of that. I think it's a big part of that.